Like and subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video updates.
Abrolhos coral found nowhere else in the world but WA in hot demand for aquariums. Looking into the water while working on his family's crayfishing boat, Andrew Bazile noticed how quickly damaged coral regrow at the Abrolhos Islands off the West Australian coast. You'd see where a pot had been on the reef and there was a couple of scratches and marks, and then you go back for the following lobster season and everything would be nice and neat and clean, and you'd think, he said. An idea began to form, and 10 years ago it became reality when Andrew and his wife, Tracy, were granted a license to take pieces of coral from the wild at the Abrolhos and plant them as broodstock in an area that is now their coral farm. Those little tiny pieces are now as big as a little car. They've grown really well, Tracy said. The Baziles sell tens of thousands of pieces of coral each year into the aquarium trade around Australia and internationally. It can take 7 years for coral to grow to a saleable size, but Tracy said the strong continued demand from the aquarium market had been a pleasant surprise. The really good aquarium enthusiasts like to have the marine tanks. It is like a chemical experiment, she said. There are thousands of people around Australia that love having the aquariums in their own home and have such a passion that they will spend lots of money to be able to have that. Basically, if you can keep a good piece of coral, you're doing really well in your aquarium. Species unique to the Abrolhos, the Baziles are licensed to grow 90 different types of coral, but they predominantly focus on 6 varieties. The Abrolhos has a couple of species that aren't found anywhere else, the purple Acropora and Abrolhos, so they are highly sought after, Andrew said. They do very well in the marketplace. We have a lot of nice blues and purples which sell well, and they're reasonably popular as well. Anything that is bright and colorful and has a lot of polyp extension is what is sought after in the aquarium trade. The Baziles juggle their crayfishing business and aquaculture at the Abrolhos along with a tiling business on the mainland at Geraldton. It is a family affair. Their children help with the coral business, and daughter Annika also works with Andrew on the cray boat. Freight challenges for businesses. When an order for coral comes in, it is all hands on deck. Small pieces are snipped off broodstock, stuck onto a frag, carefully transported to holding tanks in Geraldton, and then shipped. Tracy said reliable and fast air freight was one of the biggest ongoing challenges. If you can freight it anywhere, then you can sell it, she said. So it has to come from the Abrolhos to Geraldton, from Geraldton to Perth, and then from Perth to the rest of Australia or the world, and it has to be done within a timeframe before the coral dies. Challenges aside, a punt 10 years ago to diversify their crayfishing business is paying off. Coral from the pristine water at the Abrolhos lives in aquariums around the world, something the Baziles say makes it all worthwhile.